Nation X has so many twists and turns. I mean, there's riddles and even searches just to find clues uh, to advance toward that huge prize in the end. So, besides the prize money, of course, what made you say, "Oh yes, I have to be on this show"?
Yeah, so I am an adrenaline junkie and I live for adventure. I love an adventure. I love a challenge. I love competing. So once I got the call from the casting team and they were like, "Oh, this is the format and they're interested. NBC's interested." I was like, instantly I heard NBC's interested. I said, okay, I'm doing it. Listen,
Right.
I think every reality person right now wants to cross over and compete. They've just been crushing the competition space. And it's something that I've been doing for the past 8 years. So like a goal of mine was like, okay, I would love to do Traders or do another
Right.
show, but I heard about Destination X, wasn't familiar with the show at all, didn't know what the hell I was getting into. Very unfamiliar to me, very different from what I've done, and that's exactly why I did it because it was just
Okay.
so exciting, so new to anything I've ever done or to anything that I've ever seen on TV. I don't think there's anything like it out there in the States. So instantly, I just felt very excited, and it just felt fresh and fun, and like I felt like a little kid, and that's like the feeling that I always go for. So
Yes,
yeah, I'm glad
I definitely agree. It's really fresh. And speaking of contestants, I mean, there's a bird watcher, attorneys, Coachella going grandma, in reality TV stars like yourself. So, were you expecting such an interesting array of people?
I could not believe. Like I truly, and I've told the producers this, like you guys completely crushed it with the casting. Like I haven't seen a cast this different, this odd, this uniquely selected in such a long time. And that's why I'm really excited to be part of it because I think the cast, like the format could be good, but if you don't have a good cast and you have some duds in there or you have some people that don't bring anything in wallpaper, I'm sorry, but the reality of the show's not gonna be good. Every single person, from Jonah to Kim to Rick to Janae, to Peter, every single person brings something to the table, and we're all so different. That it's just gonna make for such a good show. And also, like what I'm excited about, I wasn't excited for while I was on the bus with them in there. What I'm excited for is like to see the gameplay that you guys are about to see. These guys are all gamers and all sneaky messy players. So it's gonna be a very fun watch because everybody came to play and win, and like instantly they got into it, which was I was
Could
very
not agree with you more. I mean, immediately it was so engaging, and the audiences will definitely be entertained and interested with these
yeah
contestants. So,
yeah.
speaking of people involved in the show, the remarkably talented Jeffrey Dean Morgan is the host of the show. Can you tell me a little bit what it was about, what it was like working with him?
Oh, it was surreal. I had watched The Walking Dead and obviously a fan of that and a fan of his, but I had just recently got into The Boys and for me to be watching it at home a couple days ago to then him pulling up on a bike in front of me in a Harley Davidson, I'm like, what the like
Right,
I have met Rihanna. I mean, I'm lying, I was starstruck. I have met like big celebrities and I just it's normal. I was so starstruck that I was like fangirling out and trying to control it. Cause I'm like, I just watched you at home, bro. So I'm like, this is
right.
crazy. But no, such a they couldn't have picked a better person. He was such a good host. He had so much fun with it. I mean, at our expense, he tortured us. I mean, but he was such a great host, great energy, very genuine dude, very good guy on and off camera, and they couldn't have picked truly a better host for the show.
Yes, and I've actually had the pleasure to meet with him and speak with him a few times, and he's just very charismatic, very engaging, and just an overall good guy to say the least, for sure.
Really good guy. Yeah.
Yeah, so to switch gears a little bit, and let's talk about you and your experience on the show. So, this show, of course, there's physical aspects, but it also tests a little bit of the historical or worldly knowledge that you have. So, how did that change or impact your gameplay?
I felt pretty confident in that aspect. Listen, I'm not the best at geography, but I do have a lot of like travel experience from doing these shows, from competing on the challenge, and I've traveled all of Europe at this point. So I feel very familiar with. I didn't know where we were at, but I knew we were going to be in Europe. So I'm like, I've basically been everywhere. So I felt very good about that. The one thing that I didn't feel good about was that I didn't realize how hard the living conditions would be for me. Like being trapped on a bus sounds cool, sounds easy. When you're on this bus and it's driving for 4 hours and you can't look out a window, catch the sun,
Mhm.
get fresh air, that's where like I went a little stir crazy. That was the hardest part. It wasn't like obviously the geography and all that stuff, but it was like the living conditions on the bus. Not the living conditions on the bus because they were great to us. They kept us fed. It was good. It was
Just
the
being
being trapped,
confined.
the
Hmm.
confinement of being on that bus was like, oh shit, what did I get myself into? Um, but no, I felt pretty confident with like my life experiences and traveling going, but
That's
yeah.
great. That's great. And I mean, you're a reality star TV show winner. So you were on Big Brother and you won that. So you were trapped in that house for an insane amount of days. So traveling on that bus, just rolling in the dark, pretty much. I know that was wild.
Yeah, I think Big Brother did that to me. Now that I really think about it, I think I think being locked in the Big Brother house for so long, I think it kind of like obviously I'm glad because I went in to win, but I think kind of scarred me because I don't do well with feeling trapped. And
Hmm.
that I realized that we're doing Destination X. I was like, oh shit, this is not I don't know. But besides that, it the game was so fast paced because obviously we're moving
Hmm.
on the bus and I thought I played fast paced games. This was probably the hardest one because it was so fast paced, but then everybody 24/7 was in game mode. Even right
Right.
before you would go to bed to the moment you would wake up and have your coffee. And like I realized just doing the challenges, it's been more straight up. Like I know who I'm going after. I got to win this challenge, or they're
Mm.
coming after me. Here was just like so unpredictable, but that's why it's going to be a great show because it's so you never know what's going to happen or who's going to surprise you. So yeah, it's going to be a
Definitely.
shocker.
Definitely. So that'll bring me to my last question. Would
Yeah.
you say that this show exceeded your expectations? And do you think that audiences will be pleased with the amount of action and entertainment in Destination X?
Oh my God. If you are in, listen, as a reality TV, I love reality TV and I love not reality TV, more competition shows. This is something that TV has been missing. It's something completely different. It has a little bit of everything, a lot of everything. Let's just be honest. It has hookups, it has blowups, it has all of my 120 emotions on a bus. And it's such a good show. And if you're into competition shows and travel shows and all that, this is definitely the show for you. It is so entertaining, so unpredictable. It is gonna keep you on your toes, and you truly will not know what the hell's gonna happen till the last second. And whoever walks off that bus, you're gonna be shocked. So I think that it's just so entertaining, and it's gonna make for great TV.